currently in theaters, Miss Halle Berry, Kidnap.
Halle Berry, Kidnapped.
This film has been out for a couple weeks, but obviously we weren't here last week. So,
correct.
We're covering some things.
We're going to cover it now.
It might be a week or two
I'd
old.
like to cover Halle Berry, if I may.
I'm sure you would.
But, you know...
you want to give the brief premise?
I'll give the brief premise.
I'll let you do the synopsis.
It's very simple. Miss Berry is... she is an estranged from her husband wife. She has the kid for the weekend, basically, we get, or her turn to have her child. She goes down to
He's
her
probably,
local,
what, 6 maybe?
Goes down to the local park with other women watching their kids. Next thing you know...
No, they're at an amusement park, yeah.
Yeah, they're at a park, whatever.
And
the next thing you know, she turns around for a second to take a phone call. She looks back, and there's somebody running off with Halle's kid into the car and driving off with her child. Every parent's nightmare.
Exactly.
So Halle then begins it almost feels like this film is in real time.
It does feel like a real-time film.
It really does. I mean, you know, I never expected it to be like this.
Oh, I expected, like, Lifetime melodrama.
I did too, and I expected it to be kind of a... I thought there was going to be some... They were going to give us a lot of bullshit before she gets into the actual
I'm telling you, within,
pursuit.
What, less than 10 minutes, it's begun. Quick.
It is an absolute chase film from beginning to end.
It never lets go.
Yeah,
it never does.
I got to say, I was gripped.
Yeah, I got to say, too. I was not interested in seeing this, but I had an open mind when I went to see it. I'm like, wow.
True. You know, and Halle does she throws these movies at you. She does stuff like Cloud Atlas. She does kind of cool stuff from time to time.
Which is still an unsung song.
She does do when the house was burning down, or the house that burned, or whatever.
Oh, wasn't it Things We Lost in the Fire?
Things We Lost in the Fire.
Benicio. Yes, still want to see that.
My wife, who is now not with us, had seen and loved that film. But regardless, so Halle begins this chase. But of course, we had The Call, which was another great film about, kind of a serial killer kind of a thing. I really like this movie a lot, I have to say. It caught me in its thing. I mean, as we go into Silence of the Lambs serial killer, not serial killer, but serial kidnapping territory, gotta say, I really loved the two people that were there's a guy and a woman. Now, if you're all familiar with Ma and Pa Kettle, there was a woman by the name of Marjorie Main, and she was a very big, overweight, really quite unattractive woman. This was back in the 30s and 40s, and Ma and Pa Kettle were very big. Marjorie Main also played a television series in the 60s called Tugboat Annie. And she was just this big old broad. She'd stand there and, what are you looking at? But she had a heart of gold. Was the true brilliance of Miss Marjorie Main. So, but anyway, this
Marjorie
woman...
Main?
Yeah, her name is Marjorie Main.
Okay.
And, okay, Ma, what do you think? Well, Pa. I mean, Marjorie had a deeper voice as Ma than Pa did.
Yeah.
It was really a kid.
But anyway, so this woman reminded you of her.
She reminded me of her. Yeah. She's just a big, ogress woman, and I applaud the filmmakers for taking a chance on this.
She's somebody that's an up-and-comer. I looked her up, actually. I neglected to write her name down. I did write down the guy that played her partner in crime.
He was great.
Lou Temple.
If you
look him up, he's got a pretty big filmography.
Filmography.
Okay. Filmography. He's got a lot of films that he's been done.
Okay.
He was apparently in Walking Dead, but what I knew him from, once I saw him on IMDb, he was in the Denzel film Unstoppable, the last film of director Tony Scott, the one about the runaway train.
Runaway train, I didn't care for it.
I love that film. Yeah, and he played a guy that worked for the railroad that was assisting them from pickup truck.
Okay.
He was driving alongside. He was excellent. I thought
excellent.
They did a wonderful job at casting these two scumbags.
Absolutely true.
They were so believable as these two Southern kidnappers. This film takes place in New Orleans.
I know, true.
The amount of stunt driving that was going on in this film, I mean, there's no way a regular person would be able to survive the car wrecks and the mayhem and going in lanes in different directions. And I really applaud the filmmakers for really making something
too. No, they
really engaging.
They kept the level of tension at a most films they kind of keep it down here and then they
go up and down, up and down.
This film was up here the whole time. And I got to hand it to Miss Halle Berry.
She did a great job.
She was dynamite when she's running after my Frankie. We haven't heard the word Frankie yelled so much since Sinatra. Was banging cheerleaders two at a time back in the Godfather days.
And this was one of the most intense films I've seen in a while, and I was very surprised by how much I enjoyed it.
Me too.
It reminded me a lot in many ways of Breakdown, one of my favorite Kurt Russell films from '97. I love Breakdown. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And this reminded me of that in many ways. And that
was who played his wife in that?
Well, that was she
was in The Doors also.
Yeah, she was. That was Kathleen Quinlan.
Correct. Very
J.T. Walsh was the villain.
There you go.
But this film...
Yeah, he died shortly thereafter.
He did. He died, late 98,
yeah,
97.
He was a younger guy when he passed away.
He was the heart attack. He was a big smoker. But
Well,
anyway, I always liked him. Great character actor.
I worry about David Lynch because he smokes way too much. It really upsets me, too. I don't want to lose David.
I know. But this is one of those films where you're angry watching it because you're like, these people are just so brazen in their ability to kidnap these kids. And I just applaud it. I really enjoyed this film.
I did too.
It's a solid 3.5-star film.
Solid thriller for me.
Yeah, it really is a solid thriller.
If you do
go check this one out.
If you go on IMDb and you do check out some of the reviews, the reviews are unkind for this film. And rightly so.
Because it's very, it's kind of,
it's a B movie.
It is, B film.
I think the fact that Halle Berry is in it, that they're kind of thinking, oh, well, this is going to be an A movie. But no, Halle has the guts,
it's a genre film.
She does. And I love the fact that she, like Charlize Theron now, is making entertainment films for the people. They're not just going for these Academy Award performances. They're making movies that, people actually are entertained by.
This is why people go to the movies.
Exactly.
They don't always go for those merchant ivory stuff.
I want to have my testicle squeezed the whole time I'm watching the film. I want to be sitting there. I want to be gagging on my bonbons because I'm in such tense mode.
Exactly.
I mean, the true movie watcher is usually sitting like this.
Yeah, I agree.
He's sitting forward because
all the time I'm like
he
that.
wants to take everything in, and that's how I felt with this movie. I loved it. It was great
Two
stuff.
big yeses, definitely.
Two big yeses, right to the very end.
I agree.
I mean, my God, I was shitting bricks towards the end there.
Go.
Holy God. I tell you, I love this film.
It's a great film.
I really did. I loved it. It was so good.